Borderlands 4 trailer, Borderlands 4 trailer, Borderlands 4 trailer, Borderlands 4. It's too early for this, man. So, Borderlands 4 trailer released. Now, unfortunately, it released at like 11 p.m. last night when I was already in fucking bed. So, I was like, yeah, I'll just do it in the morning. So, all the Americans have already had their fun, unfortunately. So, I'm late to the party. Probably. I haven't actually checked YouTube yet because, contrary to popular belief, I don't just jump on my phone as soon as I wake up. I like to have a coffee first. So what I've done is I've grabbed a coffee because I am fucking tired, Rev. And I am going to react to the trailer. I have watched it once because obviously I see new stuff from Borderlands and I'm going to watch it. I'm not just going to be like, oh, I need to wait. But I watched it before I went to bed last night, and I watched it once. So yes, I saw stuff, but can't really remember most of it. So I'm just going to rewatch it and see what else I can notice this time. And I'll pause it if I notice anything extreme. Obviously, that's going to be most of the time, because from what I can remember, there's quite a few things that I picked up on. So, bosh. Alright, already. Red chest is different. Now, I don't know if the music is copyrighted or not. If it is, I'll just mute it a bit. So there's one thing I noticed again. I've paused it so fast. Is that the gun's just going to go whoomp into the hands of the person. Whoomp, like that. But I've also noticed, if I go back a bit, that if that's a Malawan SMG, they look a lot different, man. They've got like the circular motion going on there. The barrel looks to be at the bottom left, maybe. Well, that's the alt fire, and then the top is the normal barrel. Yeah, a lot of it's like a wireframe sort of design here. We're very, very thin, and the right Jacobs, I'm assuming, looks very, very similar. And top, I'm assuming it's Vladov, but that doesn't look like a Vladov color scheme. But Vladov is known to have the more assault rifle-y type assault rifles, like the more realistic looking assault rifles. But I don't know. That could be something completely different. Could just be because it's a legendary, but I don't know. Okay, I need to rewind it again. So this looks like a disc shooter or something. Oh no, it's a shotgun, but it's a very weird looking shotgun. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very flat. It's not a shotgun. The sight is crazy. It's something out of the 80s. Do you know that weird wire stuff? I keep saying wire. And then the background here as well, I've noticed there's the weird buildings. There's a lot of like round buildings I've seen from the other trailer. And then there's a weird plant on the right there as well. There's a lot of shit going on. I just can't even compute, like, the fact that this dude just turns into absolute mush. Like, you can see his brain and that there. That looks very similar to the... I can't remember their names, but the dinosaurs from the third game. And then this is actually from the trailer. That building is actually from the trailer. I'm pretty sure there's a wide shot that comes in from there. You can barely spot it there. But there's another gun here, because they're throwing a grenade. So you barely see it. But that looks like a Malawan shotgun with a bayonet attachment at the bottom. You can see that's definitely Malawan. And I'm pretty sure it's a shotgun. I'm pretty sure it's a shotgun. As far as this goes, I'm looking more towards the TDR side of the guns here. That looks like an assault rifle, and we haven't had TDR assault rifles yet. So that would be pretty cool to see. Just because it's grey, and TDR are very grey guns here, and it looks to be shooting some sort of cryo/shock. There's like a wrist rocket here, Clone Wars style. What I'm also noticing as well, I mean, these look like your generic, like, I can't remember what they said they're calling them, rippers in this game, not bandits or COV or scavs or whatever. And then what the fuck is this? This is like Wonderlands plus Gunzerking. A fire axe on the left and an ice axe on the right. Don't know what to make of that, honestly. No idea. I mean, obviously it's a skill. And it looks like the big guy's skill because of the hand here, maybe. And because of what's going on here. But I have no fucking... And then, yes, they get demolished. And then this is another really weird one. I saw this and I was like, what the hell is this? This also looks TDR-y, but is it a pistol? Is it an SMG? Why is it so thin? It's another thing I've noticed about most of the guns in general is that they're quite, like, different from Borderlands 3, which is really good. Because I remember the difference between Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel was literally none, apart from some weapon designs. The engine was exactly the same. So it seems to me now that Borderlands 4 is not just going to be Borderlands 3, but retextured. It literally has completely different guns. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then that's shown that it is actually TDR. What the fuck? And then This looks another like Gunzerky ability, but he's holding his, or he or she is holding his or her gun in the right hand and then something else in the left. I don't know if this is an ability or if that's also a gun. It could be some sort of weird shotgun. No idea. And then we come back to, my assumption is Vladov here, but it could also be Dahl because of the green. It does look completely different from anything we've ever seen before. The sights are very similar, but they're also like a tiny bit different. And they throw something from their left hand here and hit this person, and they just, look at them, they just become fucking goo. And the same thing happens there, but they shoot them and they become goo. So what the fuck? I don't know if this is an element or if that's just how some guns make people turn. No idea, but they just turn into absolute mush. And then there's another ability that's with the left hand. I don't know if this is all the same character, but there's like a launch. It looks to be the same character as the one that had the axes, so that clearly means more skills are coming back. As you get multiple skills. It looks like some sort of wacky ability. And then that's a Jacob's weapon, clearly. I actually really like the look of the Jacob's weapon there, because in Borderlands 3, I wasn't a massive fan of the Jacob's weapons. Oh, I didn't get it again. So I really like that Jacob's weapon. It looks a lot more westerny. The ones in the third game were a bit too thick, I think, in my opinion, and a bit too stubby. So this one looks pretty cool. The handle's still a bit funky, but I do like it in general. I couldn't really put anything there. Oh, that's very similar. I couldn't really get anything from these pictures. I mean, it's just reloading and then some random shit going on here. There's a lot going on in a trailer that is only a minute long, so it's kind of like I need to basically just go pause. If you want to watch the trailer yourself, you probably already have, but feel free, it's in the description. This looks clearly like a Badass Psycho, but this is like crazy different to the Badass Psycho we're used to. Like, this is like Left 4 Dead arm meat. From the Charger, because the Borderlands Badass Psycho, yeah, it's just the arm's bigger than the other, but this is like grotesquely larger. This is like, there's a lot of malformed bits on it and a lot of metally bits on it, just a lot more detailed in general. And then the stubby arm there is crazy small. From the shotgun side, I did say, but it's basically the same. I can't really see much difference from the double barrel shotguns from Borderlands 3. The sight obviously is a tiny bit different again, but it's an under. What do you call that? You load under the gun, you don't snap it. Okay, that's a bit weird. And that's the gun that was, well, it looks like one of the guns that were in the chest. I think it is a Malawan. It looks very Malawan-y. Even the scope, I don't know if they're using perfect parts with them. I don't know if it's a Malawan scope on a Malawan gun. That's very Malawan-y. I actually kind of like the design. I do kind of enjoy all Malawan designs, as you probably know if you watch me. But more importantly here is that character model is crazy weird. Like, it looks like a person without a face, which I find very intriguing as a design, honestly. As that grapple ability, and some people complained it was a grapple ability that's only on specific points. Now, that didn't look like it was. Oh yeah, there is a grapple point there. Okay, so there is only specific grapple points, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing, because I've been playing a lot of Space Marine 2 again recently, and there's a reason why abilities that send you high up in the air can't get you to go anywhere, because it can cause serious glitches. And my mind is they definitely tried the grapple out, being able to do anything, like in Titanfall 2, but it just didn't work, because Borderlands is known for out-of-map glitches anyway, let alone when you give somebody the ability to grapple hook onto stuff. So my guess is that, and then they just decided, no, we can't make them grapple anywhere. It's too OP, they can get out of the map way too easily, so we're going to have to make some points, which is fair enough, you know. My assumption is they're going to be like jump pads from the pre-sequel where, yeah, you won't see them all the time, but you'll see them often enough. And it seems to me that only one character can do it, but if all the characters can do it, that's cool. It just means that they are like the jump pads from the pre-sequel. And then the gun is very similar. It's just like I'm assuming it's just like an epic shotgun from Jacobs, that looks very futuristic for a Jacobs shotgun. And then, was that a nade there? There's a lot of nades being thrown in this trailer. I can't really tell much, it's just a nade. And then, I don't know what the fuck's going on here, bro. I don't know if that's an ability. Sure that's an ability. But then there's 2 rounds coming out there. Yeah, that's gotta be an ability. It's like a one-time use thing. That's correct. What even is this? Like, what the fuck? What is going on? Yeah, it's clearly an ability. There's a deploy, there's one shot, and then it's gone. Like, what the fuck even is that, bro? It's some sort of weird ball of magic. magic ball, disco ball, and it goes straight through them and gives them sort of like a hazy, rainbowy, glowy thing. And then this is another one I saw, which I really thought was funny. I think this is a Dahl SMG. Because you got like the stick mag here, but then you've got the alt fire mode. So it's like you're reloading the bottom bit. I'm just super interested by all the weapon models that are in the game. I'm super excited to try out the different weapon models. And then this is clearly some sort of overhang rocket launcher. It's super sick. My assumption is this is definitely legendary. And then there's another one here. Again, this looks to be some sort of Atlas gun from the weapon scheme, the red and the grey. No idea what it is. Grenade launcher, maybe. And then this is fucking weird. I did see this as well. I was like, what is this generic gun doing in the fucking game? I have no idea what brand this is. I have no idea what type of gun this is. My assumption is a sniper, but they could be introducing like marksman rifles or whatever, semi-automatic. It seems to be automatic. I don't know if it's just going to be under the assault rifle category, like loads of other marksman rifles were in Borderlands 2, like Jacobs and stuff. But yeah, it's very generic looking. And obviously, you're probably thinking in your head now, wow, he's talking about the very, very generic looking gun. And in front of that very generic looking gun is, I don't even know what the fuck this is. I'm assuming it's not a Vault Monster. It doesn't look big enough. And I don't know if they'd show off a Vault Monster in the trailer. But it's definitely a boss of some kind. Don't know if main or side. The gimmick looks to be shooting these balls up on top of its head. Cool design, I do like that. It's very plantation-y. Sort of reminds me of the Commander Lilith in Fight for Sanctuary because of the weird stuff here and the leaves and shit. Let's continue. Okay, I'm actually just going to be pausing every 2 seconds. That's weird. So this is clearly the Siren's ability because you can see the tats here on the left. So maybe her ability is to spawn some sort of weird demon self and make that attack the enemy, sort of like Zane did and sort of like Jack's Digiclone did. You can see the deployment there. And then she raises into the air with some weird fucking scythe-looking thing. She doesn't attack, so I don't really know what the hell's going on there. Looks to be another Vladov spinny barrel here. It's weird because there's a lot more barrels on the top barrel than there is on the bottom barrel. So it's clearly an alt fire mode. Once again, that looked like the fastball or something, or a knife or some kind. Like it literally just throws it and he's just dead straight away. Like there's a lot of enemies in this trailer that just become mush when they get shot once or something. And then there's a psycho, and then it says break free, Borderlands no, and it said release date trailer. I'm pretty sure it's September. Yeah. September. I was going to say, why is it the 9th of the 23rd month, bro? That's the 23rd of September this year. So it's a few months away still, but it's a lot closer than I thought it'd be. Honestly, I thought they'd either release it later on in the year, like November, or I thought they might have delayed it until early next year, because a lot of games do. And honestly, I don't care if people do delay games, because I'd rather it get delayed and actually come out good than not and come out shit, as the famous quote goes. Yeah, a minute trailer there, and I've probably taken about 15 minutes to analyze it because, as I said, if you want to go watch it yourself, you feel free to do so if you haven't already watched it yourself. But there's a lot going on. Like, it's literally like point, gun, grenade, this enemy, this enemy, this enemy. So if you want to go analyze it yourself or just watch the whole thing, you can easily do that. Mine's not to show off the whole trailer. Mine's to look at it myself. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for it now. I was obviously skeptical at first, but I feel like I have got a bit more faith in it now. So yeah, that's been my reaction to the Borderlands 4 trailer. Let me know what you think of it, because I did post before I went to bed last night being like, yo, what do you think of the trailer? It's just dropped. And there's a lot of things to be excited about. I don't know if there's a lot of things to be sort of nervous about or whatever. So far, there's not much. I mean, the art style since 3's always been a bit for me, but it looks a lot more toned down from 3, like a lot less bright and contrasty. But yeah, there's a lot to be shown off yet. So hope you guys have enjoyed. Hope you guys are getting hyped and ready for it. I'll see you in the next video.